Good morning, and welcome to your morning cereal. Okay, good morning, and welcome to Tuesday. Well, I've got this good buddy, Matt Damon, and he's quoted as saying, quote, "It's better to be yourself than to try and be some other version of what you think the other person wants," end quote. Ah, Matt, opening up our Tuesday, reminding us to stay authentic to ourselves. Don't try and be something you're not. People will see right through it anyway. And even more so today, because today is National Debunking Day. You may not know this, but in today's fast-paced world, it's easy for information to be misconstrued and lost in falsities. Some heavy sarcasm there for you people. But National Debunking Day is intended to help us gain a little more clarity to some of the myths and the false news we hear every day. And if that's just a little too heavy for you, today is also National Dream Day. So maybe just lay on your back and stare up at the clouds. By the way, we all did this as kids, and I'd highly recommend doing it again. It's actually pretty grounding and very relaxing. Also, people, it's National Organize Your Home Office Day. So good luck with that. Or, just put it off another year. Well, today's news, facts, and birthdays are for March 11th. We're going to start way back in 1302. And according to Shakespeare, on this date is when Romeo and Juliet were married. Then skipping all the way up to 1978, Meatloaf's Bat Out of Hell album began a 416-week run on the UK chart. Then in 1985, Mikhail Gorbachev, he became the leader of the Soviet Union. In 2008, on this date, Madonna was inducted into the U.S. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Then in 2020, on this date, the World Health Organization declared that the COVID-19 outbreak was indeed a pandemic. Well, happy birthday to you. Today's your birthday. You share a birthday with the new Mavs player, Anthony Davis. He's 32 today. And singer Lisa Loeb. She's 57. Well, the number one movie on this date back in 2000 was Mission to Mars. And I picked this movie actually because I thought this was the movie that my good friend Matt Damon starred in, The Martian. And apparently Mission to Mars is not The Martian. And The Martian, it's a great movie, but Mission to Mars, I haven't seen. But apparently there's a very similar plot here about the first manned mission to Mars. And surprise, things go wrong, and presto, you have a rescue mission and a number one movie back in 2000 about going to Mars. Well, the number one song in 1994, I know this one very well. The number one song in 1994 was The Sign by Ace of Base. This is a song I definitely rocked in high school, primarily because the song had some pretty nice bass beats in it. You may recall back in the 90s, we put outlandishly sized speakers in the back of our cars in order to basically just destroy our hearing later in life. But again, I digress. Back to the song, The Sign. What was the sign, you ask? Well, apparently in the music video, it showed the sign as an Egyptian ankh, which symbolizes life. So there you have it. Well, it's Tuesday, so I'm going to send you on your way today with my takeaways from Chapter 1 of Part 4 of Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. Now, have you ever been to the dentist to have a cavity filled? Lucky you if you haven't. Well, at the dentist, they will give you Novocaine prior to drilling into your teeth, right? And this is how Carnegie suggests leaders approach finding fault in someone else. No, he's not suggesting giving them Novocaine, but Carnegie does say, quote, "It is always easier to listen to unpleasant things after we have heard some praise of our good points," end quote. So Carnegie's principle number 1 in part 4 of his book, in a chapter that's entitled, "If You Must Find Fault, This is the Way to Begin." So principle number 1 is begin with praise and honest appreciation. Hey, thanks for joining us today. And remember, be yourself and enjoy some time just staring up at the clouds. Come back tomorrow and have a fantastic day. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Morning Cereal podcast on the One Life Live It channel. You can find more episodes and videos by visiting our YouTube channel and the website at Sean Inglis and at SeanInglis.com. where you can also follow our other podcasts, the Mr. and Mrs. English podcast and the Life Happens podcast. In these other podcasts, we'll dive deeper into everyday issues, self-improvement and well-being, business and finance, and we welcome special guests too. So join us. It'll be a good time, I promise. Thanks again for listening. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you tomorrow.